Thank you, Mr. President. Thank you, guys. So I'll keep it very short because I know everybody is very cold now, and we will have a few points because I believe also there are some confusions. So that I think that's better. So today's debate is also a very tricky one because we are seeing people on the side of Ottoman Empire and not on the side of Ottoman Empire. But the debate is a little different. And also I want to go over a few comments because we were, like one of the guest speaker and the first speaker were talking about the Armenian tragedies. And pay attention that in 1948, when the genocide term was introduced, it is a legal term. Legal terms do not apply backwards. And please read, as a historian, and educate yourself on the book of the first Armenian Prime Minister, Yohannes Kachaznuni, wrote a book called Tashnak Party Has Nothing to Do Anymore. And this book explains what has happened between the Armenian and Ottoman conflict. And read the book and come back and we will talk. About the Hungarian case, that if you, nope, sorry, we have limited time, my friend, but up to drinks, come and talk to, please. About the Hungarian case, Attila, the great Hun, and your leader, Koppan, before István, in the 11th century, they would be very disappointed by your comments, because when Ottomans arrived, there were also a lot of Hungarians that they wanted to practice shamanism and the Hungarian nomadic practices, and they were welcomed in Ottoman Empire because Ottomans and Huns shared 2,000 years old common history, and they can even understand many sentences together. So that not only that Hungarians were suppressed or not, but Hungarians also welcomed the Ottomans. And the Christianity was a suppression in Hungarian society in 11th century. So that István brought to you guys. And more than that, in the Greek side, I would like to highlight that you guys think about an Ottoman suppression towards the Greek society, but do not forget the Turkish suppression as well in the Ottoman Empire. Any nationalism, any form of nationalism was suppressed in Ottoman Empire. And we had two Greek gentlemen dressed up in Ottoman clothes, actually. And that was one of the proof of influence because they had red hats, if you paid attention, and that was a Turkoman clothes, but they thought it's a Greek costume. That was a pure Ottoman Kızılbaş clothes, actually, and the Seymen of Ankara. I mean, they were having the Kızılbaş clothes as the Greek one. They were thinking that, and they were not pro-Ottoman at all. And this is not that we are thinking of the, republic or the Turkish government tries to recover the empire. Do not be afraid. There is no empire coming. Empire is the past. But what we are talking is slightly different. I will go into my talk now, which is going to be short, Mr. President. I will talk about the assimilation, the Pax Ottomana, and if today's Turkey becoming anything. So, near the end of Ottoman Empire, we all know that Middle East was super rich with the oil and resources. And pay attention why Ottoman Empire was targeted, because we are all on the same page about this. Did you think that Lawrence of Arabia loved the Arabs, or they just served the globalist movement? Why do we think of the Arabic movement that it is going over why we are not looking into Arabic nationalism when it is going beyond the Ummah, beyond Ottomanism, the identity, so that the nationalism had the critical value that we all agree on. Because I want to talk about what we agree upon, and I see that a lot of arguments going on the same page, but we think that we are arguing with each other. And did you know the population of Brazil, anyone can say? Some hundreds of millions maybe. And what language do they speak? We have been assigning Vali, the governor, to Serbia for 300 years, yet they speak Serbian. My Greek friends, they speak Greek. But as we repeated from my proposition side, that 50 years of French rule and Libya, Morocco, they are becoming Francophone. Pay attention to that. Because assimilation was never the Ottoman policy. It was only about peace, that you have the local governance. Local governance means that if you're Christian, if you're Jewish, if you're Muslim, whatever ethnicity, you could have your own governance, local courts established. But you cannot go against the palace. You had to obey the absolute rule that you don't try to take down the government, but internally you can enjoy your own freedom. And that was the legal constitution, legal juridical system. But here we are not to say, in Turkey, we want to have multi-ethnicity, multi-religion, or multicultural shift. We are not trying to convert, or we are pretty much against that converting Turkey to any of partially Arabic, partially Kurdish, partially Turkish state. We were forced to build this nation state today in Turkey. And that is the fact. It is an inevitable status, as we also said the similar things. I will slowly conclude about also some comments on the Khalifa, like why we didn't keep. The Ottoman Sultan stepped into the British boat, like warship, if you guys know. And also pay attention to Pax Ottomana, that was similar to Pax Romana, which ended as well with Marcus Aurelius. Here we are not only talking about Pax Ottomana, the peaceful region, we are also talking about the Roman Empire. And if you pay attention to Fatih Sultan Mehmet's comments, he was also calling the empire as the Trojan alliance, Trojan kingdom, because they have built a unification of the same territory. So if we talk about this territory, we know how to rule the region because it is multi-ethnicity, multi-religious, but these people go with the same music, same food, if you pay attention, without a language. The Greek people to Spanish people to Turkish people, when they hear the same rhythm, this region has the togetherness embedded into our genetics maybe. So we know how to be together, but the recent stuff with the nationalism, which was just a globalist game, and we all know it. And the peace, essentially, with the Pax Ottomana, we know it. And when the Spanish was massacring Sephardi Jews, what happened? They came to Ottoman Empire. Kudus, Jerusalem, it was always where Christians, Muslims, Palestinians, Turks, Jews, everybody living together. And today we are discussing about the two-state solution as a maybe. We know the solution, guys. We know. We know how to establish peace. We all speak the same language. And here I urge you again, once more time, walk out from the ICE door, vote for proposition, and say yes to that we are sad losing the peace period of Ottoman Empire. Thank you, guys.